What's going on? It's Justin, and doing a little update video here, just kind of get you guys caught up with my life, what's going on with my lighting, my camera. A lot of things have actually changed in these past couple of weeks. So first off, just want to start off by saying I'm going to be doing a series now. It's going to be FF14 Sprout to Veteran, where I'm pretty much documenting my entire journey from Shadowbringers all the way to the Dawntrail endgame, and then I can make new videos along the way. I think it's a pretty cool idea. It kind of shows my growth. It kind of shows that, other people who are new to FF14 can kind of watch along or check it out. Maybe they can kind of see how the run is, how the boss mechanics are, and just kind of get like a general experience from a pretty semi-casual player. Like I'm not a hardcore player. I haven't done Ultimate or Savage yet or anything like that. I'm not saying I never will, but like I'm just someone who really loves the game, and I do want to engage in most content. But right now, I'm kind of more on the casual, standpoint, because in FF14 you have different categories of players. Okay, you have your casual players. They may do some relic grinding, may touch extreme. And then you have your hardcore players who typically do like all the ultimate raids. They have like a Discord static, and the good thing about FF14 is that it has a place for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody has a place and is welcome. And I think they've done a good job over the years of making casual and hardcore players, decent. Have stuff to do. So another thing is that you're gonna notice that some of the older videos, cam quality wasn't good. Very bad. I've been learning how to do all this tech stuff slowly. I just upgraded my lighting and my camera. That's another thing I'm gonna touch on in a minute. But yeah, I used to use my PS5 and light stream, which is horrible because I wasn't going through a PC and a capture card. I was just going off my console and the cloud and using the PS5 camera, which had horrible quality. However, it is what it is. Those videos are still up. Content is still out there, but you're gonna see a change in quality definitely probably around October, especially after October 14th is when you're really gonna see like best lighting, best camera. Now I'm using my iPhone 11 camera now, because I figured out how to use an app that I pay a lifetime for, and iPhone cameras are really good quality. Lighting, I have lighting back, side, back. One ring light behind me and two on the sides. Just kind of get some effect. I'm trying to get that 3-point lighting system down, and I think that's gonna make my content look a lot better. Also, the video's out now, but my thumbnails are gonna change. I've always tried to work on my thumbnails. I have Canva Pro, which is a really good tool for thumbnails. But since I'm playing a female dragon character now in FF14, or Ara or Eru, I'm trying to pronounce it. But thumbnails are gonna change on my channel, and this is pretty much gonna be my ongoing progression of my content. It's just gonna be primarily FF14. You're gonna see a step up in quality when it comes to camera and lighting, which I think is a good thing. I have to fit with the times, get with the times. I will be streaming more. I'm gonna try to stream anytime there is a new dungeon, new trial. I'll probably stream it anytime, or if not, I will definitely make a YouTube video of it. But yeah, you can expect YouTube live streams. I don't do Twitch anymore. I think YouTube is just more effective for me. My primary focus is YouTube content, so streaming on YouTube makes the most sense to me. But I still have a Twitch. Maybe in the future I can go back to Twitch, but right now I'm primarily just gonna be on YouTube, and that's primarily gonna be what I'm gonna be doing. I have a lot of ideas for FF14. I'm not saying this is the only game I'm going to play. I may also branch off in different games eventually, but right now my primary focus is getting to in-game Dawntrail and really talking about the game in all aspects, thoughts, reactions, progression. You know, I've been playing this game for years and I haven't really got to end game yet. And it's a very important goal of mine to get to end game FF14. You know what I mean? That way I can finally experience what people have been talking about progression, or how the game is, or it's dull, or, you know, people say a lot of things and it's their right. You know what I mean? But I don't really understand exactly what everyone's talking about until I get to in-game Dawntrail and I experience the full aspects of that. You know what I mean? And then I can be a judge for myself, right? But you know, I just appreciate everyone who's been along the ride. You know, I have seen a subscriber count go up. I am at the verge of you know, almost have 50 subs. Some videos don't do so well. You know, I know I had a video recently that didn't do so well, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's all part of the learning game. I'm here to learn. I'm here to get better. I'm here to take criticism. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to things that I'm not very knowledgeable about. That's the name of the game. You know, so that's what you can probably really be expecting. Another thing, I will be changing my hair color. You won't be seeing this fucking gray smoked out hair anymore. I hate my hair right now. I'm just rocking it because I chose it. It was horrible, but there will be a new hair color here. After probably the videos at the end of October, you're gonna see a brand new style of color on my hair. You know what I mean? Maybe one that matches my YouTube picture. You know what I mean? Because that's honestly kind of like my OG color. Another thing too, the games I'll branch out to, if I mentioned already. PoE 2, Diablo 4, Warframe, and Monster Hunter are games that I do plan on uploading. These 4 games are games that I really enjoy. Diablo 4 is going to be more of a redemption arc to get to World Tier 3. Once I get that, I can't promise you how much more I'll upload that. PoE 2 will probably be a game I'll upload a lot of. It's going to be like first boss runs. It's going to be, you know, probably if I get to the mapping part, I'll upload mapping. You're gonna see a lot of like raw gameplay commentary. That's what I do on my channel. I do raw gameplay commentary and I do reactions and I talk about things. You know what I mean? That's what my YouTube channel is primarily of. Excuse me, made out of. Monster Hunter, I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is great. Recently we have a event that's collab with Omega. So you'll definitely see Monster Hunter. That will probably be more of a stream and consolidated like the other games into highlights, maybe like 10-15 minute videos I try to do of gameplay. And then if you want the full raw gameplay, you can watch the stream. You know what I mean? I have a playlist for everything now. So trying to think of anything else. I mean, I think that pretty much covers everything that I have going on. You know, right now I am very happy with YouTube and what I'm doing. I try to dedicate as much time as I can. I do have a job that's full-time. I'm not allowed to say what I do or where it's at for reasons of privacy for my employer. I've already talked to my HR team, and you know, there could be something I say, opinions made, and it's just not recommended that you do that. So I'm not gonna say what I do or where I'm at all, but it is a full-time employment job. I get 40 hours a week. So I try to squeeze in as much time as I can to do YouTube to the best of my ability. And so far it's been working out. You know what I mean? I'm also in a relationship, I'm engaged. But she's very nice and she's very cool about me doing this kind of stuff. And she lets me play my games and she lets me record and she doesn't really bother me. She understands what I'm trying to do and I like this stuff. You know what I mean? My fiance. So, much love and respect to her for you know, allowing me to do these type of things. But that's pretty much my goals here. You know, my goals are to get people in FF14, you know, on a new player scale. I hope people are starting off right now, at least trying to free trial. I hope people are sticking to it and just help people along the way. You know, that's been my primary goal in the game, and taking criticism along the way. If anybody comments or says anything that I'm wrong about, which is a lot of stuff. I mean, the game's very complex, and You know, I know there's a min-max community. People, you know, really are passionate about certain things and how certain things are done. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I just want to help the best I can, the way I can. Coming off as just somebody that's kind of like a casual player. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, I will be incorporating a green screen eventually. That's another thing I want to talk about. I'm thinking about it. Don't know when. Could be, you know, in October, November, you know, but my setup is not horrible behind me, but, you know, it's not like I moved all my shit to a living room. You know, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I do have a lot of lights because I like a lot of neon lights and posters, which I think it makes a pretty good view right now. If I have the lights on and stuff like that, I guess it's something. But I think a green screen will make it more effective, so I can just blend with the background, you know. So that will probably be coming soon. You can look forward to that. But yeah, just keep looking out for my videos. A lot of it's gonna be Shadowbringers MSQ Prog, job progression. You know, now I spin a wheel to choose my next job to play through the MSQ and to level up. So it keeps things fresh and exciting on my channel. I like to just keep things random and spontaneous. That's why I'm gonna spin this wheel every time I want to do something, just so like it's not the same old stuff. But don't think I forgot anything. If I did, oh well. This is the most I could think of right now. And I appreciate everybody who's been watching the channel, family, friends, subscribers that just saw my videos. Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna just, you know, hit subscribe or whatever and just like support this dude, you know what I mean? And anything helps, you know, I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been your boy Justin. I'm out. Peace.
Everything you know is in your